Molly, great to see you on a beautiful Thursday.
Thanks, John. You too.
Good. Thank you for giving me some time today. I am with Molly Hewitt, who is co-founder of digiCare Health. Molly, let's jump in. Tell us a little bit about how, as an entrepreneur, you have weathered 2020.
Oh, that has been, it's been a tough year, as an entrepreneur. We started digiCare Health back last fall in September and kind of hit the ground running. We're really ramping up, had a lot of investors and folks who were really interested in supporting our company and the idea that we were coming to them with. And, and then COVID. And it kind of put brakes on everything for us. Not only as far as being able to have those in-person meetings with investors and with our team who's based out of Atlanta, but also just really kind of what is this going to do to us and the kind of what we're trying to create here in the healthcare space. COVID kind of just took over healthcare and everything else kind of seemed to fall to the wayside. So we really had to pivot strongly in 2020, specifically by moving everything online to Zoom meetings, trying to keep the wheels moving and pushing forward while people were out of the office sick or not wanting to move or kind of fearful of investing at this point, knowing what the state of finances were going to be during the pandemic. So for us, it's been a hard road. Trying to keep positive, trying to keep the pace and the excitement level there with folks, especially as they're scared and worried about what does this mean to them.
So have you had to pivot at all over the last year? And if so, what does that pivot look like?
Yeah, so so for me personally, we started digiCare. There's 3 of us on our kind of founding team, and we all have our hands in other businesses as well, in other spaces. Some of us have day jobs, and so for us, really it was primarily around finances. I had quit my job to really focus on digiCare, and then COVID hit, and when the investment dollars weren't pouring in, as people were being just kind of very cautious in the investment sense, I went, oh my gosh, now where's my paycheck? So for me, I had to pivot in the sense of I had to go out and kind of find something else, do some consulting roles, just to kind of keep the lights on and keep this moving. Just personally, for the company as a whole, we really kind of focus more, instead of going after the investment dollars at this point in time, we focused more on our design. So that's where we really pivoted. We said, okay, well, let's get this foundation really thought out, really built out. Let's build out the user journey maps. Let's think about what we want that end experience to be, because that's something that doesn't have to stop, even though we don't have the dollars coming from that. So we kind of took that shift and said, let's go get the security and the financial component. We'll just focus now on building the product, so that when those dollars do come in post-pandemic, hopefully we're ready to roll. So,
like every entrepreneur, you just have to roll with it, as you're saying, right? So, tell us where the company is in Q4, and how are you trying to wrap the year up on a positive note, sending you into 2021?
Yeah, so in Q4 right now, we are really focusing on aligning our strategic partnerships. And so we've recently just announced a strategic partnership with Konica Minolta and their division called All Covered, which is their IT services division. So they really help us focus on the HIPAA compliance of our healthcare product and the safety of patient records and information. But also reaching out and trying to develop strategic partnerships with Vanderbilt and with Blue Cross Blue Shield and other insurance carriers as well, trying to obviously tell them about the value of what digiCare is going to be bringing to the table, but trying to find those synergies and hopefully to kind of help us during the pandemic, world or space to kind of keep the wheels moving forward. So how can we leverage our strategic partners in a better way to make sure that this product is going to come to fruition?
That's fantastic. So as you prepare for 2021, right, when back in Q4 of 2019, people did planning all of that was thrown in the trash come March of 2020, right? So that was the way that worked. How are you planning? How are you and your team? How are you leading into 2021? What are the things you're doing differently, and how? What can you tell us a couple little tidbits of how you're looking at that?
Yeah, so for 2021, really what we're trying to focus on, as I said, obviously the strategic partnerships, the design build, but really, we're keeping a close eye too on what's happening in the Supreme Court and with Obamacare and possibly, the ACA and that being reformed, because that's going to change, our design model as well. So election is big for us as far as where we're headed and what we're planning to do. We may have to really pivot 180 if things in that way change. But also, we're kind of trying to think outside the box too, as far as it comes to investment dollars and kind of getting that capital to really get this off the ground and moving. Thinking outside the box, saying, maybe, the big corporations aren't really where we should be focusing on trying to leverage some of those dollars. Maybe we need to hit up, individuals who really align with us in our mission statement, who see the value in digiCare, wish that they would have had digiCare in their hand when they were going through health situations with their family or themselves to kind of provide them information and content. So trying to kind of leverage some of those relationships as well. But right now, it is. It's kind of all balls are juggling in the air, and we're waiting to see which one is going to provide some sort of direction to kind of tell us what next steps are.
Man, I tell you, being an entrepreneur, right, not for the faint of heart. Last question, any books you're going to kind of look at or read through the holidays that you might want to share with everybody?
Yeah, so I'm actually, I just purchased and it got delivered this week from Amazon. I'm super excited to dig into Tim Brown's Design Thinking book, the founder of IDEO. I'm a big fan of what they do over there, but all about how to take a problem, look at it from different angles and come up with really creative solutions to kind of solve those problems. So that's what I'm going to be spending my time on as well.
Fantastic. Molly, thank you for sharing some wisdom. Really appreciate it. Hope you have a fantastic holiday season.
Thanks, you too.